Howdy, howdy, howdy. And I hope you're all having a lovely day. Well, in this video, I want to talk about the Port of Dover. Oh, dearie me. Well, the Port of Dover this year has had to put up with all sorts of trials and tribulations. Yeah, because of the stamping of the passports. And it is because of Brexit. Well, next week is another public holiday. Yeah. And remember what happened last time, don't we? Early this year, there was coach loads of kids been stuck for 14 hours waiting just to get those passports stamped. Fair dues to Doug Bannister, the last public holiday. It wasn't too bad, actually. There was about a 2-hour delay. So he did really, really well. He mitigated. Did what he's supposed to do, I suppose. But he wouldn't have needed to if it wasn't for Brexit, of course. Because of freedom of movement, but not now. Well, next week, the kids, they break up for the summer holidays. Mum and Dad might have booked a holiday, maybe. Maybe in France or Germany, or, on the continent. Maybe in Greece, because they just will get really badly burnt and look like a lobster. Because the temperatures are gone, absolutely crazy. Loads of people have actually cancelled holidays as a result of these crazy temperatures that we've been facing because of global warming. Well, Doug Bannister, will he be able to cope at the Port of Dover with this, quite large volume of traffic that's going to be going for the port, requiring their passports to be stamped? But that's not what the Port of Dover is actually concerned about this time. No. They're concerned about let's get into it anyway. Yeah. So the Channel Tunnel boss say the new EU scheme is designed without any consideration for Dover. That's absolutely rubbish. There is probably got no consideration for Dover because the scheme is for third countries. They're not singling out one individual port. No. It's not the EU's fault that the port is too small and congested. So there's an incoming border system fair to cause major delays for you, UK holidaymakers, at the Port of Dover. And it was designed without any consideration for cross-channel travel. So say the MPs who probably pushed for Brexit. Oh, well, John Keefe, Chief Corporate and Public Affairs Officer at Getlink, which operates the Channel Tunnel, said it will be difficult to process passengers in cars and coaches once the European Union's entry-exit system, the EES system, is introduced. It won't be long, no. Well, the launch of the scheme has been repeatedly delayed because obviously, maybe they've had some considerations for Port of Dover. I don't know, just guessing. It's repeatedly delayed, and there is speculation it won't come into force until the Paris Olympics in the summer of 2024. Next year. Well, the system is expected to involve travellers from non-EU countries, such as the UK, having their fingerprints scanned and a photograph taken to register them on a database the first time they enter the member state. That all that information will be held in a big database for some Russian actor to come along and scrape that information and then try to sway your political views or something like that. You know how it works. Yeah. Well, even in scrape, they're probably, the Port of Dover probably, or the EU, maybe they'll sell that data. I don't know, you tell me. Well, there are concerns that this will cause long queues for train and ferry passengers travelling from Dover, as the border checks for people entering the EU are carried out there before they embark on their cross-channel journeys. Remember, this is on top of getting your passport stamped. So they are, oh, actually, no, it's instead of, yes. So in some ways, it might actually smooth the operation through the ports. Now, some ports and some airports, what have you, some countries are saying they're going to still stamp passports, even with this scheme in place. So that will cause some problems. But on the whole, with the new scheme put in place, it really, once the data is collected, and if you're a frequent traveller, it should actually smooth things out somewhat. But it doesn't help the Port of Dover. No. So the Port of Dover already suffers these long queues at peak periods due to the French border officials having to carry out these enhanced post-Brexit checks, the passport stamping or what have you, and making sure you haven't overstayed. If you're going to and fro, are you entitled to come back? You've got 90 and 180 days, you see. Now, giving evidence to the Commons European Scrutiny Committee, Mr. Keefe said that this scheme was designed for airports, quite simply without any consideration for the nature of the transport that happens across the Channel. The problem with the Port of Dover is it's too small and it's too congested. They need to expand it into the sea, maybe. Because remember, it's you've got the cliffs behind you. You can't expand into the cliffs. The claps, they're just chalk. So, for one ticket, one seat, one person approach, in a large indoor environment, there is space to put both kiosks for the data capture and also additional space for border officials with ease. Now, where it struggles is where cars drive through large open spaces. Car parks, you got like them Port of Dover, you got all those sort of like numbered lines, haven't you? And this will be an all weathers. Remember, people have to get out of the cars, pissing down rain, and it's going to get sodden, flipping wet, kids and what have you. Now, the data capture has to look at individuals who are also deep inside the vehicle, maybe hiding underneath somewhere, maybe, I don't know, and illegal as the maybe. Well, the scheme is not designed for the purpose and it's been addressed too. It's designed for comfortable airports in EU territory. It could be. Oh, I could go on to about the Falklands and the change to the name, but let's not get into that one just at the moment. So the Port of Dover Chief Executive Doug Bannister, who has previously warned about this. He did last year. I've done videos about this before actually, because he was saying this is going to be a problem. You can't have people getting out of their cars in a busy port. They get run over, you see. Yeah. So, and he said to process a car, it takes, around 90 seconds, from 90 seconds to around 10 minutes. That is disastrous. It's cumulative, remember? For every single vehicle going through the port, thousands and thousands of them. Now, he described EES as a critical issue which could affect the health of the nation. And he told the committee, half of our freight traffic is destined north of London, and it is impossible to imagine levelling up the country if the short straits is not working well. And this regulation that's coming in has got a potential of a large strategic impact on the health and prosperity of the nation. That's why we feel it's important. Now, Mr. Bannister, he added that in the past 6 months, demonstrable progress has been made by the ports, what have you, showing a willingness to engage with France and the EU Commission in an attempt to minimise the disruption from EES. Don't forget, though, it's not just EES. The UK's own system, the ETA system, will be implemented at, in Calais. Difference is at Calais, it has the room. It's not like Dover, the Port of Dover, is it? If you've been to the Port of Dover, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a logistical nightmare. So there you go. I shouldn't laugh because it's going to be hell for people, but crikey. Is this what they call benefit of Brexit? Huh? It's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. The checks are coming in. I mean, some countries are going to carry on doing the old passport stamping as well. The rules are being interpreted different between different member states as well. It's crazy. Brexit, eh? The gift that keeps on taking. It's going to take your holiday as well. There you go. I don't recommend coming at the moment because some days, today's okay, but some days have been crazy hot. Anyway, how has it been where you are? If you're in the EU, how hot has York, well, patio been, garden been, house been? Has it been bearable or unbearable? Leave in the comments down below, but I do read the comments, but you probably already know. Well, if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or you can buy us a coffee, and the links are down below in the description. We'll also go super thanks and memberships as well. And we will be adding perks for the members. Well, it's time for me to go. And just bury my head in the sand, I think. Go, nah, it's not happening, but it is. What a mess. Anyway, ta-ta. Have a lovely day.